morning, it's Kirsten Liebelt. Come on in, don't delay, grab your coffee, grab your tea, come on in. I'm so excited to be with you guys today, so excited. I always am, I'm very passionate, I know, right? Very passionate and a little bit of opinion, a little bit of opinionated. I'm Italian, what do you want from me? So, all right, if you do not know who I am, my name is Kirsten Liebelt. It is really nice to meet you. I am in Minnesota, born and raised, with the exception of spending about 8 years in the Black Hills of South Dakota in the 90s, starting our family. Amazing, by the way. But otherwise, I'm here in Minnesota, and for over 2 years, we have had this show. I am personally fully convinced that women are sliding into their 40s. They are insulin resistant. They do not know it. It's why you can't lose a pound to save your life. It's why your jeans are tight. It's why you hate photos. It's why your med list is increasing potentially, right? Like, it's all of these things, but it's also why things go upside down and we start to wonder, like, what's wrong with me? What's wrong with me? And am I crazy? And maybe we keep a lot of stuff in our head, and we're going to talk about that. So every day we go live Monday through Friday, kind of like our own little group coaching session. So welcome in on everybody else's group coaching. This is what we do. We talk about insulin resistance, how it impacts the body, and how you can turn it around. So I was raised by a type 2 insulin dependent dad who was Italian, 100%, died at 63. And I had so much obesity and type 2 in my family. So much. Oh my gosh, so much. So if you are brand new to my content, would you put a 1 in the comments? Good morning, Jody. Good to see you. Sunny day in Minnesota. We are happy, are we not? But if you're brand new, put a 1 in the comments. And if you've seen my content before, you've been hanging around for a while, put OG. You're one of the OGs, man. And I would like to know about it. And I'm going to plug myself in. I'm not sure why recently my thought process towards plugging in my microphone on my Instagram has not been there, but we're going to fix that right now. There we go. Bingo. Voila. Okay, so yesterday, if you did not tune in, we talked about fatty liver. You can always go and watch my replays. And I think that probably the fastest way to go and watch a replay, I'm just going to be really honest, it's probably on my YouTube channel. But the reason why is this. Let me just share that with you so that you have clarity. There's most of the time, this is how this goes. I'm just going to let you know. So if it's you, you already know this is true. I will get a message from one of you that says, I want to get started on the total body reset. And I have been watching your lives. Like, I went back and I watched 3 or 4 of your lives, and now I'm ready to purchase. Let's just move forward, yada, yada. So sometimes, though, it can be hard to find replays depending upon what platform you're on. Sometimes it's okay. But this is going to be the best way where you can subscribe, get notifications, and make life easy for you. Because, spoiler alert, Meta is not amazing at notifications. I just said that out loud. Okay, so my website is kirstenliebelt.com for anybody who's just listening, and I'm going to show you how to find my YouTube channel really quickly. So I don't want that one on there. Let's do this one. Okay, so kirstenliebelt.com. It's right on my page for Facebook and YouTube. So YouTube, you're already there. And then Instagram, this is my website. Good morning, Marilyn and OG in the house. You can screenshot that and then look at it later, kirstenliebelt.com, okay? And then here we go. You will see my face, and it's a really short page. It's just a 1-page deal. That's it. So all you do is you see my face, swipe up once. You'll see this red button right there. That is my YouTube, okay? So right there. Join me on YouTube. Click on that. That'll take you to my YouTube channel. And when you see it like this, see how it's showing live right there? There is a button right here that says live. And if you click that live, it'll show them to you in consecutive order. Okay? So just to let you know, That's a really clean way for you to find replays. Okay. So if you're on the replay, let me know you're on the replay. I would love that. That would be amazing. And let's go back to comments. So yesterday we talked about fatty liver and the connection with insulin resistance. And I am telling you what, people, this is kind of like, I feel like maybe this is one of our frustrating components where we are like, why can't I lose weight? Why can't I move forward? Why can't I fill in the blank? Well, 75%. Okay, that's a made up stat in my brain. It's close. Upwards of, good morning, Jackie. Good to see you. Upwards of 75% of Americans have fatty liver. But you have to ask the question, why? Number one, your doctor may or may not be making a big deal about that, but the question is why? Why do we have fatty liver? So yesterday we really explained where that comes from, and I hope you'll check the replay. Sue from Posen, Michigan. Good to see you. Luana, Minnesota friend. Good to see you. Very, very good. Am I missing anybody else? I think I'm good. Okay. Oh, and by the way, Peggy, yo, she says, yo, Peggy. Very good. Very good. She's East Coast. When, by the way, the 5-day challenge that is free, just so that you guys don't miss out on this, the 5-day challenge that is free starts next Monday. It's in like 5 days, 6 days, 6 days. Okay, so it's free. It's in the group Ditch Insulin Resistance for Women. We've done this for almost 3 years now. Every single month we do a 5-day challenge so that you can get resourced. So you can be resourced for your food ingredient trade outs, what your pantry and your refrigerator can look like. Like, let's do a deeper dive into supplementation, far beyond what I do when I talk about the total body reset. That's just, I'm so like, I'm kind of fast, I'm kind of quick. Let's do a deep dive so you can understand. And then let's do a recipe together. Okay. So that's coming up in 6 days. And today is the last day of March. Does anybody else know this? Today is the last day of March. So if you are on the customer campaign where when you purchase $150 or more 3 months in a row, you get $75 off, do not leave your $75 sitting in your account. That is silliness. If you need personalized recommendations, you're like, yes, but I'm not sure how I want to move forward. Reach out to me. I will make sure you don't miss one penny, because that's just a part of like me. I was raised by a son of an immigrant, so I don't want money on the table. If you are wanting to be a new customer right now today, or you want to get restarted, did you fall off your season a little bit? I know what that's like. And you're wanting to get restarted, today is that day, because it is the last day you can steal the month of March. You'll be cashing in your $75 in May. Like, in 2 seconds, you'll blink your eyes and you'll be cashing in on that 75. Good afternoon, Anna. Good to see you. Okay, that's all we're going to say about that. Let's dive into some content. Good morning, Carmel. Upper Peninsula. I love that. Julie, YOLO, OG here. Good to see you, Julie. How you doing? How's your little journey going? You like rock star you. You're having really good success. I'm excited for you. All right, so let's dive in. Here we go. So again, yesterday we talked about fatty liver. And so today what I wanted to do was, it's kind of like the missing piece after fatty liver. Okay, we're going to talk about the missing piece. So, you know, if you watched the last video, you understand that your liver and your insulin are connected. They are connected. So naturally, you clean up your food, you start trying to do better, but then nothing really changes like quite yet. All right. Or it changes for a minute and then it stalls out again. So let's kind of take you now down the road so that you can get better and better and better results. The beauty of you listening to my story is the fact that you can accelerate your results. I was a slow little turtle because I was listening. I was doing it on my own, right? I always say it was just me and Jesus, right? And I was figuring things out, but I had to give myself oodles of permission to just stay the course. It's okay. You're not behind. You're not, I mean, the self-talk I had to do was a lot, because I had to be like, it's just okay for you to take your own journey and to assess your own world, to assess your own connections to food as an Italian person, to assess your own triggers at social events, or to learn how to love your body where it's at as you move forward. and envision a different version of yourself. I was slow, but that's why this group coaching, you guys, it's out there for you to be able to leverage it. Everybody has the same opportunity to leverage. Not everybody takes it. It's the same thing in all areas of life. Okay. So that's kind of how that goes. So, but this is where most women quit. They're like, okay, but I'm just not, I used to be able to get this many results with this program or this much result, whatever, but they never dealt with the root cause issue. And we talk root cause wellness in this group. Okay. But it's not because it's not working. That's just the deal. It's not because it's not working. It's because you don't understand necessarily what stage you're actually in. Okay, so let's do this. So the real issue is that your body, at the very beginning, your body doesn't really quite trust the change yet. You have to understand that you have a default. This is why you take your emotion out of it. Take your emotion out of it. It's kind of like why I love that book so much, Self-Sabotage No More. Have you guys heard me talk about that before? This is a little tiny tangent, but not too big of a one. Self-Sabotage No More. When you're on my website, you can go to my, good morning, Pat. Good to see you. She's a newbie. She's a new customer, new Total Body Reset. Magda, good to see you. Good morning, sweetie and friends. She says, Marla, good to see you. So when you're on my site right here, there's an Amazon page right here. It's got the shopping bag, the pink shopping bag. So I'm going to press on that and let's see if I can find my book section. I just want to find my book section. This is whatever. I'll talk about that later. Books right here, Self-Sabotage No More. The reason why I love this book is because what it's doing is it's teaching you, it's teaching you that, I'm going to turn off my ringer off. There we go. Self-Sabotage No More. It's teaching you that you have these defaults in your brain that it's like a protection mechanism as to why you can't move forward on that particular forefront. It's the same thing with your body. There is a self-protection mechanism, or there's a default, there's a baseline, and it's used to being in this baseline, and there's no emotion involved. It's just a reality. And so you have to kind of bust through that baseline. Does that make sense? I hope that makes sense. Let me know if you have questions. All right, so your body is not just reacting to what you ate today. That's why the scale is such a frustrating tool. I'm not saying you shouldn't use it, but oy vey, because your body's not just reacting to what you ate today. It's responding to patterns, okay? So again, understand that you're working within patterns. So if your body has been in a high insulin fat storing state for years, AKA belly that won't stop, AKA like your trunk from under your boobs down to your hips is just like, what is happening right now? I've had to change my style of jeans. I've had to change my brand of jeans. I've had to like rethink the way that I dress because this is really bad. This is having high insulin and a fat storing state for years, okay? So it doesn't just flip a switch overnight. It's not like just overnight. There is a transition period. And remember, do not forget, this is what you came for, I think. You can be insulin resistant for years and decades before it ever shows up in your blood sugar. I was gestational diabetic at 22. I went 30 years without doing squat. 30. Okay, gestational diabetic, prone to insulin resistance. 30 years, 3 decades. Are you tracking with me? Then it finally shows up in my sugars. You're pre-diabetic. Got it? I want you to get that. Super important, okay? Because if you don't understand this, you're going to think that it's not working. You're going to think that something's wrong if your body responds slower than the average bear. That was me. Okay? Just want you to get there. So the 3 phases that your body goes through. I just want to walk you through what's actually happening kind of behind the scenes inside of your body. So number 1, there's a stabilization phase. Your body is trying to stop the chaos. Your blood sugar starts to level out. Who's in phase 1? Let me know let me know where you think you are in your phases. Number one, stabilization. Your body is trying to stop the chaos. Blood sugar is starting to level out. Your cravings may still be there. Your energy might still feel a little off. But that's phase one. That's where most people quit. Phase two, are you in phase two? Your liver starts offloading. Your inflammation starts coming down. Your body is becoming more responsive to insulin. You might not see big scale changes yet, but you're seeing some, but things are beginning to shift and you feel the shift. That's stage two, phase two. Phase three, stage three, whichever way you want to say that, is releasing, okay? Now your body feels safe enough. And I almost hate saying that sentence because this is not meant to be some dramatic like counseling session, like, oh, does your body feel safe? That's not what I mean. I just mean that it has a default of patterns and it doesn't leave its default of patterns instantaneously. It's just not what your body does. Your body is a really beautifully complicated, perfectly created system that has to have this to do this and this to do this and this to do this. And it's all like this orchestra. Your body was created to heal. Your body was created to function. And when you have a wire that's not connected, it's not quite right. Okay. So, but your body finally feels safe enough. And now your insulin is lower more consistently than it has been. Now your fat loss actually starts happening. Okay. This is the phase that everybody wants. This is like, that's the phase I want to be in, but most people never stay long enough to get to that phase. They just don't stay long enough. That's why I'm such a big proponent of give yourself permission for the journey. Do 90-day round after 90-day round after 90-day round to get the results that you want to shift your body. It's amazing what happens when you guys start bringing in all of your testimonies to me. Almost every single day, not every day, but almost every single day on this live, I have more testimonies from you guys because you're doing the work. You're partnering with your own self and with your own doctor, and you're getting off of your own meds and you're getting your own lab reports, and you're psyched. You're so excited that you are finally seeing the fruits of your labor. Okay. But this is what messes with your head. And this is where it messes with your head. When you feel stuck, when you have those plateaus and you feel stuck, it's because it hits very emotionally for you. Okay. Because you're doing better. You're like, I haven't done this well in so long. Like, hello. Right? But you don't feel better fast enough. Maybe. So you start questioning, am I doing this right? Should I try something else? Maybe this just doesn't work for me. What most people do is like they switch to something else because they don't have the longevity piece in their brain yet. But it's right in the middle of progress. It's right in the middle of progress. It's like, oh, shoot, right? So that start-stop cycle, this is kind of what I see all the time. I see the start-stop cycle all the time. And I wasn't on a system or a program. I was on my own journey. So my starting and stopping was really more of wondering if it was ever going to happen for me. Remember when I told you guys about how I lost weight? Do I have that picture? I lost weight when my dad died. I was 30 years old when he died. So this is me at 31. Hold on, let me show you my picture. Stage 2, Susan says. Rose, good day. Good day, Rose. Luann, I think I must be in phase 1. I'm a turtle. Jody says 10 months in stage 2. Oh, you guys are so, I just have to pause for a second. Do you know what a gift you're giving yourself by assessing where you are? Don't you think you were just willy-nilly on anything else, like whether or not you were counting points or you were just weighing in weekly or doing whatever it is, whatever program it was? You're just only looking at the scale. You're only looking at you're looking at it one way. You're not looking at it wholly rounded, all of those things. And you're just kind of like, you're kind of a little bit of throwing spaghetti at the wall, so to speak. You're just kind of hanging on. But now you're assessing, you're like, oh, okay, 10 months, I'm in phase 2, you know? 6 months, Susan said she's in stage 2. Jackie says you started supplements in January. 3 months in, you're down 10 pounds. More importantly, oh, this is huge. This is huge. More importantly, 4 inches off the chest, 5.25 inches off of waist, 4 inches off of hips, and you feel like the turtle. Isn't that something, Jackie? And you know what? It's because that freaking scale is making you feel like a turtle. Makes me mad. You're working hard to remove alcohol and ice cream from your lifestyle. I so understand that ice cream piece. Oh my gosh. A Ninja Creamy has helped me a ton with that. And you can use, Jody, just to let you know, you can take that grass-fed whey protein powder and make really good ice cream out of it. I can talk about that later. But that's a really good way to, because you're right. Like ice cream is one of those things for me too. I like it a lot. But look at this with Jackie. So again, so she started the total body reset, and I'm going to explain to you why she's lost all those inches. That is the piece you want to hear and understand. So in January, she's 3 months in now. She's done her first 90-day round. Okay. 10 pounds down, but more importantly, 4 inches off her chest, 5.25 inches off her waist, 4 inches off her hips, and she feels like the turtle because she feels like that's slow. However, this is the deal. So if we only ever went by the scale and we only gauged our success by whether or not we were losing that the scale was moving, this is where it's frustrating because listen, Jackie can lose weight all she wants. She can lose water weight. She can lose inflammation. She can lose impacted waist, right? That weighs. She can lose muscle. A lot of the answers today that are, you know, that's a muscle loss component that we don't love. So we work to not do that as much as possible, right? It's not my wheelhouse, so I don't really go into that, but I'm just saying I don't like the muscle loss. No, we don't have time to lose with our muscles. But anyway, okay. So, but here's the, look at the inches. The 4 inches off her chest, so measure right under your boobs. Maybe she measured her bust, I don't know. But take your, I'll send you as a free, whatever. As a brand new person, I'm sending out I only have 4 left of my full-size products that I'm sending out. I only have 4 left. They're sitting right there on my table. We're almost done. You guys have been eating them up. Okay. I'll send you a full-size bottle, but I will send you a tape measure. Measure under your boob, your waist, and your hips, okay? Now, the reason why I'm going to tell you that, I'll do it for Facebook, under your boob, your waist, your hips. That is because this is targeting your visceral fat. Now, do you want to lose 10 pounds of water weight, or do you want to lose 10 pounds of fat? Which one do you think will stay off longer? I'm just saying the shrinking of her bust area, of her waist, and of her hips is very specifically because she has targeted her visceral fat. I'm going to see if I can find. And if I can't, oh, here it is. Okay. So when it comes to this, I'll tell you about the whole total body reset here in 2 seconds. But when it comes to the orange pixie stick, and this is probably backwards, what does it say on their claim? What does it say on their claim? Might be backwards. I apologize. Either screenshot it and flip it or whatever, or read backwards. Reduce visceral fat, hip and waist size. Do you think Jackie reduced visceral fat and hip and waist size? Do you think she did that with that level of inches gone? Can you see that on Facebook? Reduce, this is their claim. They studied it. They have like over 800 scientists. I mean, bonker-olas. Think about that. Do you think that, oh, I'm not going to name another company. Do you think that your average supplement company that is sitting on a shelf by your pharmaceutical pickup line has over 800 scientists that are working on research and development? You have to think about these things. Or the next question is that line made by the pharmaceutical company? Okay, so reduce visceral fat, hip and waist size. So those 10 pounds, those are real 10 pounds. Why do we know that? Because of the inches lost. If she had nothing change in her body composition, we'd be like, might have been inflammation, Jackie. But this is why. Why did I lose 3 sizes and keep it off? For the first time in my entire life in my 50s. Why? Because it's real loss. It's real fat loss off my body. Oopsie. Okay, it's real fat loss off my body. That's why I keep it off. That's why this isn't so scary anymore. I'm not freaked out. Who was it that was it you, Patty, that said basically there's been a time or two in the last 10 months where you've gained a pound or two, but you lose it right away again. Because maybe that was a water weight going up and down. Maybe that was a little bit of inflammation going up or down because you kind of like, maybe you ate something that wasn't on your normal plan. That's that fluctuation of just, you had some impacted waste that needed to move along. Get out of here, move along. It's like, don't freak out by that. It's okay. When you have the key to knowing how insulin needs to be down and your liver needs to function, life is so different. Pat says the orange pixie stick is out of stock. Do you know when it will be back in stock? I do not, but I will. When you ordered, Pat, if it said back order, that means you're going to get it. If it says temporarily out of stock, we don't know. So I think it's on back order. That's what I'm seeing on my thing. So I have a feeling it'll be very short-lived. But if it's not, just know that I've got your back. We'll figure it out. 4 days in, stage 1, Deborah says. Yee! You're on a good way. So you're saying slow is better. Hold on just a second. Jackie, under boob. Good job, Jackie. Oh my gosh, that's amazing. That's so amazing. Okay, hold on. Ninja Creamy is the best. I agree. Probably stage 1, started total body reset on January 7th, and you're down 9 pounds. That's awesome. So then Julie also then says, am I saying that slow is better? Okay, this is what I'm saying. I have people who in 90 days, they lose 20 pounds. That's awesome. There's nothing wrong with that's perfect. That's great. You lost 20 pounds. Your body was in a different position than somebody else's. It depends on what your body is needing, yada, yada. I mean, there's no perfect template, right? I would not say slow is better. I would say you just need to understand what's happening. When you have that combination of, Julie, have you measured yourself at all, like from the beginning till now? And like you said, how long has it been since you've been able to lose weight, Julie? 10 years. And now all of a sudden you're losing weight and you're like, why? It's because of this conversation around insulin resistance. So when insulin resistance is the trunk of your tree and everything else comes from the trunk of the tree, and you start to deal with this root, you get your shovel and you get to the root of what you're talking about, and your body can start to actually function. This is what that looks like. When your cell is closed off to insulin and fuel, all of that extra energy gets stored as fat around your center. Visceral fat. This is the problem. This is why we got issues, right? And everything else goes up. Your triglycerides go up, your blood pressure goes up, everything goes up. Everything gets wonky, everything gets crazy, and you're like, why do I all of a sudden now have all of these issues, and now I need all of these meds to deal with all of these issues, blah, blah, blah. Well, let's get to the root cause, and nobody's teaching that. Few people are teaching that. Probably not really few. Probably a lot are. You just know me, right? Maybe I resonated with you because of my story. So when I was gestational diabetic at 22, I was already insulin resistant. I was bribed to lose weight at 11 years old. And then I lived on ice cream and Italian food And we ate food. If we were happy, we ate food. If we were sad, if we were stressed, if we were bored, and we always had the biggest container of ice cream in our freezer. So spike sugar, spike sugar, spike sugar, spike sugar, pasta, bread, ice cream, pasta, bread, ice cream. Pancreas goes, insulin, 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 insulin. Let's go grab that fuel. Waka, 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 waka. It goes to grab the fuel and bring it into your cell so that you have energy. Okay, now you have energy going. But after a while, your cell goes, no more. I'm closing the door. And the first thing, this is my brain now, right? This is my brain on animation in my head. Welcome to Kirsten's world. Animation in my head. Now your pancreas goes, oh my gosh, I didn't release enough insulin. I better release more insulin. Release, 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 release. Cell goes, still closed. Still closed, not interested. And your body goes, well, all right, fine. Insulin says, I am a fat storing hormone. Let's get busy. Store, 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 store. Where? On your ankles? No, that's water. On your arms? I mean, it's your trunk. I'll just be the spoiler alert. It is your center of your body, from under your boob down through your hips. It is your trunk. It's called visceral fat. It's around your organs. It's around your intestines. It's in all of the places that you don't want it to be. You're like, I used to have a flat belly. Now I'm like, oh my gosh, what happened? And you can see it on people instantaneously, right? Skinny legs, belly sticking out. This was my life with Italian men. My uncles, from a child's perspective, looking up, and those big bellies, big hard bellies on the Italian men, and their little tiny waist, their little tiny belt area. It wasn't their waist, little tiny belt area. And it was, I'm a 32-inch waist. Ha, ha, ha. It's literally around under their belly. It's literally around practically the top of their legs. Okay. But this is the world that I grew up in. All right. That's visceral fat. That is my best understanding of all of the studying that I've done. That is heart attack waiting to happen. That is high blood pressure. That is fatty liver. That is pancreatic issues. That is type 2 diabetes, gout, PCOS. It's metabolic dysfunction at its finest. And everything else comes from that. So let's go to the root cause. And that's why we talk about this all the time. Insulin resistance, insulin resistance, insulin resistance. If you have high insulin in your body all the time, underneath that little scenario that I just gave you, now you have all this insulin. Whoa, I've got all this insulin. Okay, well, I'm going to store everything as fat. Number one. Number two, like inflammation, party, woohoo! Inflammation in your joints and the way you feel, and you feel like trash, and you're not sleeping, and you ache, you're exhausted, your fatigue is overwhelming. Your brain fog is like, what? I can't multitask. Like, what? Okay, hold on. I used to be able to multitask. I wonder if I have memory issues. Oh my gosh, do I have dementia? Oh crap, is that what? I mean, literally, you're like, I was so sharp. And now all of this, let's take your shovel and go to the root cause, which is insulin resistance. When you can get your cell to be insulin sensitive again, open sesame, come on, open sesame. You can get the fuel into your cell, and all of a sudden your body goes, it's almost like it does this. And I remember this like when I was giving birth to my first son. It was terrible. I was gestational diabetic. He was 9 pounds, 13 ounces. And so I'm in labor, and it's like intense. They're like, okay, Mrs. Liebelt, we're going to give you an epidural, and the needle is really big and it's going to hurt. And I'm like, go jump off a bridge. Nothing could hurt more than I am in pain right now. Okay. It's my thought process. So I'm like sitting on the edge of the bed and my head is down like this. And they go and they put this nail into my back, you know, because it's a big needle. And the minute that the pain dissipates, I literally did this. I looked around. I could see the light in the room. I could like hear people talk. I could understand what people were saying. My brain went ding, 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 ding. And that is how I see. This is welcome to my animated world in my brain. This is me. I have animation in my head. I should put that into ChatGPT and get this to turn out. Maybe I'll do that. But I'm just saying, like, this is the animation that I see. Your body all of a sudden goes, oh, okay, we're firing. We're back up and running. We're back up and running. Let's go. We were designed to heal. We were designed to function. This is how I see this. Okay. Yes, good memory, but you are stalling out, you think. Okay. All right. What do you do in your stall is really going to be the question, right, Julie? Yeah, for sure. I mean, like, that's a broad question, but I'm just saying, like, here we go. Let's get the body continuing to move forward. And sometimes that's a food tweak too. I won't lie. Oh, I don't know if I have a recipe, Anna. I'll have to think about that. She's talking about the Ninja Creamy. Okay, hold on. All right. I don't have any more questions, so this gives me just another minute to explain this or to say this. Okay, so let's just do this really quickly. Signs that it's working, non-scale victories, okay? You have less intense cravings. We all want that. More stable energy, better digestion, less bloating, clearer thinking, and those are not small things. This is literally your body telling you, I am back up and running again. And this is so helpful. Like when I was able to deal with my brain fog, that kept me from feeling so vulnerable in my 40s. I'm 61 now, but I felt so vulnerable in the marketplace, like in the workforce. I felt so vulnerable. Like, you want to be in our society, you want to be young and quick and fast and able. And I didn't feel that way. So those are not small things. But you're not behind. You're in process. You have to give yourself permission for the journey, right? The women who get results are the ones who are not the ones who do this perfectly. They are the ones who stay with it long enough for their body to catch up. That's who actually succeeds, okay? I've seen it over and over again. Women who thought nothing was happening, then all of a sudden their body starts responding, and not because they found something new, but because they finally stayed consistent long enough for their body to turn it around, right? Remember the whole, like, you're turning around your ship, I'm turning around my ship. We don't know how big yours is or how big mine is. I mean, that's just a reality. So again, the very basis of conversation all the time is, if you can understand the position of your liver inside of your body, if you can understand the position of insulin inside of your body, this will take you down a completely different path, I believe, than you've ever been taken down before. I don't think anybody, I shouldn't say that. I don't think most people help you to understand the liver gut insulin connection, so that you are literally taking your body, taking your vehicle to a mechanic. And you're like, I need you to detail my engine. I need my filters changed. I need my fluids changed. I need everything topped off. I want that engine to sparkle. I want those filters to be brand new. I want the highest quality of oil put into my vehicle. And I will know if you've done all of these things because my engine will purr when I drive down the road. My gas mileage will be like better than it's ever been before, because everything is firing. Every nut has been checked. Every bolt has been checked. The tires are brand new, and I am not changing the color of the car, expecting the car to perform better. I'm not saying, well, if I just make it blue, then I should get better results. That's stupid. That doesn't work that way, right? You wouldn't do that with your vehicle. You would never go to the mechanic and go, listen, I know that there's a knock in the engine and that my gas mileage is terrible and that I think my oil is really thick and black. Ew. But if you could just make my car red, oh, I know it would fix everything. You would never do that. They would laugh at you, right? Well, it's the same thing with your body. Listen, if you do not have a gallbladder, your liver is working double time. Your liver is like, ooh, pick up the slack. Or if you are like I was, where I spent all my life addicted to sugar, eating bread, pasta, and ice cream, Snicker bars, Milk Duds, theater butter popcorn, Trader Joe's kettle chips, salt and pepper. Like, this was my choice of drug, right? Anybody? Am I the only one? I don't think so. So you are filled with seed oils or prescription meds or over-the-counter meds or just ultra-processed nonsense, lots of chemicals, bad food. Everything is like filled with glyphosate and chemicals, and it's disgusting. It's really bad. And your liver is like, the bile is thick. Okay? Your liver governs your hormones. Insulin, cortisol, GLP-1 are hormones. Your liver helps to regulate the glucose in your blood. How you doing with a thick bile liver? Your liver metabolizes fat. It's your fat metabolizing organ. And if you can't get your liver to go up in function, you will not burn fat. If you have high insulin in your body all the time, you will not burn fat. It turns off your fat burning switch, and then it's going to store fat. Where? In the liver. Cycle, 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 round and round and round she goes. Where she stops, nobody knows, but the matrix has you. You're going to go to this doctor for this conversation. Let's see, you're going to go to an OBGYN and you're going to talk to her about your hormones and your mood swings and whatever, her or him, sorry. You're going to go to an endocrinologist because you've got, sugar issues and whatever. Then you're going to go to a heart doctor. And I'm not telling you to stop going anywhere. I'm just giving you a picture of the silo, okay? Don't change anything based on my thought process or my animation in my head. You do what you have to be doing. I'm just telling you, I've shifted from a silo thought process to an overall picture thought process where everything is connected. There's only one conversation in my head. There's not 5 or 6. I have one conversation in my head: insulin resistance, how to make sure that I don't have the fallout of insulin resistance, high blood pressure, type 2 diabetes, gout, PCOS, fatty liver. I don't want that fallout from insulin resistance. I hope that makes sense. So when we talk about, oh, Jody says, this is so powerful today. Jody, you're awesome. Donna, that's exactly what I'm talking about. So she says, how do I lose weight so slow? Yes. Focus on your liver. Focus on your gut. Focus on your insulin. So when I talk about the total body reset, and I do get fired up, and I just want you to know, I didn't show my picture. So one year when my dad died in 1995, I was pretty thin. I'd lost weight that year. And not even 10 months later, I'm in Italy with my mom and my sister. And this is me. I'd gained a bunch of weight after he died, because my weight loss was never, ever, ever sustainable, ever, because I was always doing it really poorly. I was always doing it calorie deficit, starve myself, unhealthy. I went into my, after this picture, I'm raising my kids in my 30s and I'm going to Walmart and buying Metabolife, and which is over the counter speed. I mean, just like, I was not wisdom on, platform here. I just was no wisdom, but I was grabbing anything that I could grab. But now what happened was, I'm 52 years old, 50 to 52. I'm pre-diabetic, and I'm like, so my dad died at 63. He's on all these meds. My mother will not leave me alone. Kirsten, where are your sugars? Are you drinking all the time? Are you thirsty all the time? Are you peeing all the time? Do you know what your numbers are? Do you even go to the doctor? What's wrong with you? And in our family, we'd say, to like emulate my dad, we'd be like, what's the matter with you, huh? What's the matter with you? That was like how I was raised. So my mom's like, Kirsten, like, seriously, get a freaking grasp. And I was a 2X in size. That's why she was saying it to me. She saw the writing on the wall. She wasn't confused by that. She wasn't like, gosh, I wonder if she'll ever have health issues. She was like, girlfriend, if you do not get a grasp right now, if you don't get a grip, you're going down the same road as your dad. So basically what I did then was first thing I did was I started to supplement. I'm just going to tell you. But the reason why is because I did not think that I could trade out my foods. I did not. I thought that I was going to, looking for my before picture here. I thought that I was going to never trade out my food. So here I was, 2X in size. This is the beginning of my 50s and I'm pre-diabetic. Okay. So no joke. All right. And that's when my mom is not leaving me alone. Okay, fine. I will start with supplementation. I'll see how that can go because like, I'm not trading out my foods. What are you, like crazy? That's not going to happen. And so then I started to like, as I'm supplementing and all of a sudden my weight stops gaining because I'm now putting good stuff into my body and I'm dealing with insulin liver. Okay. But I'm not understanding it all. So it's not because I was so smart, not at all. And I start reading people's information, Maria Emmerich, Dr. Ken Berry, Dr. Eric Berg. Later on, I found like Dr. Kiltz, who is a fertility expert out of New York, and he treats his patients to get pregnant with carnivore diet. I'm starting to research people like Dr. Philip Ovadia, who is a heart surgeon and has alternatives. He's done over 3,000 heart surgeries, and he's not traditional in his thought process because of it. Anyway, and I'm gaining all this information and this understanding, and I'm like, okay, well then I need to make a shift. So as I started to source supplements for me, not somebody else creating a system, not somebody else creating a program, me, this is Kirsten sourcing products, okay? Now the total body reset has shifted over time. I've added a few things to it, and I recently just traded out one, okay? If you're an OG and you're on the total body reset and you know about the glucose product, it's been traded out because of a conversation with an endocrinologist at the Mayo Clinic. If you need more information than that, I would be more than happy. I'm behind the scenes talking to people all the time because I want you to understand why there's a trade out. But I also want you to understand that I did then take the time to source something off of Amazon as well. So you can do one or the other. Let me explain the total body reset right now, and then I'll tell you about that. So in terms of helping your gut, you have to understand that your gut is literally your second brain, but it's also where a lot of your inflammation is being held. Your gut kind of goes from your mouth all the way out the other end. It's literally your entire system. Whoa, like you need, I'll just give you one little sentence. Stop using mouthwash that has alcohol in it. You're killing the good bacteria that starts in your mouth. Okay, I'm not going there. That's not my topic today. But your gut is literally everything. So when you start with your gut, you are able to shift the way that your liver is functioning. Well, with this you are. The way that your liver is functioning, the inflammation in your gut. Testimonies that would come from a gut primer like this, not a greens product. Hear me, okay? Total Body Reset has 6 pieces. This is piece number 1 that I'm going to talk to you about. And it has 6 blends inside of it, okay? So it's a greens product, greens looking product. But the greens are already fermented in this, okay? Digestive enzymes, pre-postbiotics, alkaline spices, fruit and vegetable concentrates, fiber. Like this is like powerhouse for your gut. It's an actual gastrointestinal primer, like you would prime the walls in your house to paint. You're priming your gut. What does that do? It supports the healing and the sealing of your gut So you can now absorb nutrients when you eat food and when you supplement. So that you can bring down that inflammation. So that all of those fermented greens can go and get your liver to thin out that bile, to get everything flowing again. And again, if you don't have a gallbladder, even more so, because that really can mess you up, right? But the testimonies off of the primer alone are just amazing. They make me so happy. Because again, you're wanting your bloating to go away. You're wanting your digestive system to feel better. You're tired of being constipated. You're tired of like just feeling like trash, like you're toxic. You just feel toxic. And when you have impacted waste sitting in any area of your intestines or your colon, you are. I just saw a reel the other day that was talking about the connection. I should have saved it. Talking about the connection between the toxicity of your impacted waste sitting in your body and autoimmune. Well, I have somebody who she lost 50 pounds on the total body reset, all 6 pieces, and then kept it off for over a year. And in that time with her doctor, she got off of a fibromed. I just want you to put pieces together, right? Because I'm not going to tell you nothing. I'm going to tell you their testimonies. Okay. You connect your own dots. Okay. So gut primer, add in a probiotic, add 5 live strains to your body. This is where people are like, wow, my anxiety is gone. Like, how did that happen? Well, there's a connection between your gut and the making of serotonin. Okay. So again, no claims, just a couple of testimonies from y'all. And, or my indigestion is gone. Yes, because you right-sided your ship. Okay. Then there is a fat burner. Now this one, this actually has the little fat burner on it. Like you can see the flame. Can you see the flame? You can there, easier. How can I see that better? My lighting on my Facebook is really weird. It's a clinical dose of an extract. Okay, clinical dose of an extract. And they studied it for over a year with humans, obviously. No animal testing here. With humans, everything is off of organic farms too, by the way. Like, don't be supplementing with stuff that's sprayed with glyphosate. Okay, anyway. Your liver is like choking. So basically they studied it, and that is where I said, when I showed you the picture of, I don't know that I need to see it, find it again, but visceral fat, the claim, visceral fat, and then you lose inches in your waist and your hips. That's your testimony. You're the ones giving me these testimonies. We're not making this up. Look at her testimony. 4 inches off her chest, 5.25 inches off her waist, 4 inches off her hips. What? It's because you are literally changing the composition of your body because you're burning visceral fat. Do you need visceral fat to go away? Yes, you do. Visceral fat is alive. It is active. It is like emitting hormones. It is emitting inflammation. It is working against you every step of the way. And it's very frustrating for those of us that are trying to lose weight, right? So that's the first 3 pieces. The last 3 pieces, the other 3 pieces. Again, so liver. Okay, that's 2 out of 3 so far, liver. Here's another one, liver. And this is why you guys are able to, you're like, okay, liver, we're going to help you function. Bam, 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 bam. And you're like just flooding your liver with all the goodness. And your liver's like, okay, well, I'm like your workhorse organ and I'm going to fight for function, baby. Let's go. And that's what happens. I'm just telling you. I really should do some animation with this. Okay, so this is liver. That's number 4. Number 5 is metabolism. Okay, that's an EGCG extract. And then the last one, this is cellular function. So this is all in one place, all in one. Actually, each individual section comes vacuum sealed. They are literally the only company that grows, harvests, and creates their own supplements from their own organic farms. Everybody else sources out. Okay, so they grow all of this. It's all vacuum sealed. And then it will come in like a case that has little 3 containers. Now, for the OGs on here, the Total Body Reset used to have a product called Glucose Health, okay? Why is there a trade out? Well, number one, they are pulling that in April, and I personally don't feel like it's wisdom to wait until they pull it completely for you guys. That's not fair. None of us want to scramble for an answer. You want me to have done the research and to have figured this out for you, okay? So we're not going to wait. That's what we're doing. Now, the Glucose Health is a blend of trace minerals. This has in it a multi-mineral, a multivitamin, and then plant nutrients, okay? What does this replace? Well, it replaces the Glucose Health, and this is conversation through an endocrinologist at the Mayo Clinic, okay? If you've kind of missed some of that conversation, I'll try to explain it kind of in bits and pieces as we go. But this is recent. I'm in Minnesota, okay? And basically he said, and it's a friend's dad, he said, well, yeah, if I'm replacing, if that glucose is going away, I'm going to replace it with this. Okay, so that's where that's coming from, just FYI. So yes, the trace mineral component is way more trace minerals than the Glucose Health, but still, okay, that's that. But also too, if you're taking a multivitamin from anywhere else, you now don't need to purchase that anymore. That's in here. If you're purchasing a B complex, it's already in there. If you're purchasing a greens product, not the fermented greens in the primer. If you're like a greens person and you're like, I like throwing greens in my smoothies and whatever, you don't even have to do that anymore. It's already here. So this replaces like 4 things, probably more, but I'm going to leave it at that because I really do pride myself on under promise, over deliver. I'm just telling you. So that's what we're doing. So this is cellular function is what this is. And what is the conversation with your insulin resistance? What is it that is resistant to insulin? Your cell. It is insulin resistant. Resistant to insulin. So therefore, your body keeps releasing more insulin, higher inflammation. Fat burning switch is off days ago, months ago, years ago. Fat burning switch turned off because high insulin, no fat burning for you. Remember the Seinfeld episode, No Soup for You? No soup for you. No fat burning for you. Insulin is high. And now it's going to store all of that extra as fat. Where? Where is it going to store it as fat? Visceral fat. Trunk. Liver. What's the other piece of the puzzle? If your liver is sluggish, you cannot burn fat because it's your fat metabolizing organ. So I hope you can see this cycle that goes round and round. It's all freaking connected. These are not siloed conversations. I don't know where that all came from. I'm just not a proponent of it for me. This is me and my opinion. Okay, so there you go. All right. So there are a lot of you that are, I love your testimonies. I can't wait to share your testimony, Jackie. I can't wait because I'm telling you, it's like, stay the course. Don't stop the course. Don't have stop requiring your body, not just you, Jackie, all of us. Stop requiring your body to perform a certain way, to perform in a certain amount of time. You know, my dear friend Magda, it was her MRI that went from a bad fatty liver to a mild fatty liver over the course of a year, doing 4 different rounds of the Total Body Reset. A year. So, you know, nobody's going to cookie cutter your body. Nobody's going to cookie cutter all of your pieces of, I don't know how many surgeries somebody's had and how much anesthesia their body's trying to clear. I don't know if you lost your gallbladder when you were 20 years old. I don't know if you have 22 prescriptions that you're on, or you're addicted to taking Benadryl at night to go to sleep. Like, that's a whole nother level of having your liver trying to clear things out, right? Like, Everybody's in a different state. If you are drinking alcohol, your liver will always, 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 always prioritize the detoxing of alcohol before it gets to anything else. Because your body sees it's not a judgment on you. Take your emotion out of this. It's just a biological reality. Your body views alcohol as poison. It's going to detox it out of your body. I'm not telling you not to drink. I'm just telling you that if you are somebody who, like, every single weekend you're going out and drinking and you're wondering why you can't lose weight, well, that's probably a reason. Because if you don't get your liver to function, that's going to be a component. Okay, so everybody's ship is going to be different. Now, you are so welcome, Jackie. You are so welcome. So anybody who wants to know just more about how to, you can always put, I should have said this like 20 minutes ago. You can put TBR in the comments. I'll get you information on the total body reset. If you want to look at it yourself, I'll show you where to look at it yourself. But I can't emphasize enough that today is the end of March. So for those of you that want to get in on the campaign, the customer campaign, it's ongoing. It's not going to go away right now, right? When you purchase $150 or more 3 months in a row, you get $75 off. That is a very substantial amount to get off of your wellness journey. You already know you can't submit this to your HSA or FSA, not to my knowledge. If you can, I'd love to hear about it for real. Your doctor will never, ever tell you to grab supplements and he'll code them to your insurance. No problem. They'll pay for it. That doesn't work. So we know that we have to do this on our own. We have to participate in our own self-rescue. And what that means is all of the group coaching, this is all free, of course. And then in the group, we'll do a free challenge every month for food ingredient trade-outs. And that's been almost 3 years now. Very successful in helping people trade out their pantries and their refrigerators. But when it comes to the supplementation, you have to participate in your own self-rescue. Help your liver, help your gut, help your insulin come down, get your body positioned to actually burn fat. And then the testimonies are wild. Like I said, Terry, 50 pounds, 62 years old, 50 pounds, kept it off for over a year now. For me, I lost my 3 sizes in my 50s, kept it off now. Like, I have no fear of gaining it back. I'm going forward. Claudette, 74, lost 45 pounds in 5 months. So it doesn't have anything to do with your age. It has to do with your liver, your gut, and your insulin, in my opinion. It has to do with getting that working. So my website is kirstenliebelt.com. We already talked about that. It's my firstlastname.com. There, it's on the screen for Facebook and YouTube. And this is what it looks like, my face. And when you go to it, right here, the second button is the total body reset. Second button. There we go. You'll see my before and after. You'll see the cart right there. You'll see a bunch of free stuff, and you'll see my story typed out. Okay. My 9-minute video is not there anymore. I had to take that down. I'll have to redo that. Okay. But that's what the total body reset is. That's what everybody is talking about when they share all their testimonies. Jackie, thank you for taking the time to share your testimony today. She's just finishing up round 1. She's lost 10 pounds and like a gazillion inches. Like, your inch loss, I think, I'm not sure if that might be the most I've seen. That might be the most. 4 inches from under your boob, 5.25 off your waist. That is a lot. 4 inches off your hips. Amazing. Truly amazing. That fires me up. But I just have a lot of testimonies. So you have to decide what it is, testimony that you're looking for. Are you looking for your A1C to come down? Are you needing to get off of certain meds? Are you looking for better lab results? Are you needing to feel more confident in photos this summer for your family reunions and weddings and whatever? I've had people set goals for anniversaries and weddings and all of the good things. And it's all so important. It's all so important because your why will position you to actually do something about your health that you don't even understand. The best benefits are down the road, when maybe you don't have to be, potentially, you don't have to be put on another med. You don't have to be taken care of by somebody else. You can enjoy your grandbabies. You can travel without swollen ankles. These are things for me. You can, like, I'm the only person in my immediate family that avoided type 2 diabetes. How did that happen when I was the one that was gestational diabetic? It should have been me. It should have been me. I was the poster child. I was the 2X in size. I was the out of control sugar addict. It should have been me. But everything I've implemented, I teach you. I don't hold back on what I teach. I teach it all, right? So that's how we do it. You feel so much better already, she says. Pat says, all of the above, all of the above. Gail, I will get you that information. Sue says, share this information out. I'm telling you, it matters so much. Why do you think I get up every single day and I'm equally as passionate about it as I was 3 years ago when I went online to talk about it? Because this is so much more than the size of the jeans that you're wearing. I'm with you. Listen, I'm with you. I want the different size too, and I want the scale to look a certain way too, and I'm not where I want to be either. And I get all that. But the biggest piece is you're not going to die and somebody's going to go, gosh, I wish she would have had been a size 12. If only she could have been a size 12, life would have been so much. Nobody's going to say that. They're going to say, dang, it sucks she died so young. I'm not trying to be over dramatic. My dad died at 63. I was 30 years old. My children were 6 years, 3 years, and 6 months old. They missed out on my eccentric Italian dad who would wear black socks, dress shoes, shorts, and a Hawaiian shirt to go garden in the suburb of Minneapolis. He was raised by an immigrant. He did not understand caring about what other people thought ever. But they missed out on that. They missed out on all of his recipes and all of his food and all of his, you know what I'm saying? Like, it didn't have to be that way. And somebody else is going to miss out on you. I refuse to even entertain the idea that my grandchildren will miss out on me. I refuse. It's just, that's not how this is going to go. Okay. I said yesterday, Sue, I'm not going to repeat that, Sue, but you know what? You have those labs checked in 3 months and you let me know. You let me know. Because you know what? This is how this works. You are the consumer. You are taking back your health. You are being the advocate. You are being proactive. You are assessing your own body. You are paying attention. If you have to be checking your sugars, then check your sugars. If you need a continuous glucose monitor, get a continuous glucose monitor. Take back your health. But I talked yesterday, and I can wrap up with this. I have a mother-in-law that's 92 years old, and we just saw her this last weekend, not a stitch of dementia. And she's never had high sugars. Because there's a connection. Do you know this, right? And I was just watching some more information. Listen, just like your insulin resistance was actually present in your body 10 to 15, 20 years ago, before it showed up in your sugars, so is dementia. Doesn't show up 2 years before it shows outward signs. And they actually said, this is one thing that I heard. Now, this is a Dr. Eric Berg, so I consider him a really good resource. He said it actually doesn't show up in memory loss or I forgot my keys. It shows up in your lack of smell. Now, I haven't researched that deeply, but I'm telling you, what you do now matters so much. So much. I'm 61. What I'm doing right now today is changing my 81-year-old, 91-year-old self and how I walk through life. My 92-year-old mother-in-law, she's still living by herself. She went to Florida for 4 months. She gets to enjoy all of her memories, all of her faculties. My husband drove her back home, and for 6 hours he was able to ask her questions. Oh, I will not get emotional. There was a day that I remember that I couldn't ask my mom questions anymore. And it happened so fast. We went on a cruise with her to Alaska in July of 2017. And we didn't know she had dementia because she lived in the same house and she had the same routine. I won't go into that. In December, we realized everything happened really, really fast, like extremely accelerated fast. And we had to move her out of her house into another place because she couldn't be alone anymore. And all of a sudden I realized I couldn't ask her questions. I mean, I did. And I recorded what I could, but it wasn't the same anymore. So I told my husband when he took her home on Sunday, I said, ask your mom as many questions as you can, because you can. And he came home and he said, I did that. I asked her all the questions and I found out about this family and about this memory and about this. And I'm like, what a gift. What an insane gift to be able to ask your parents questions, because they didn't all of a sudden have dementia. When we moved my mom out of her house, she went upside down like you have never seen before. We were like, what just happened? Like it freaked us out. And so what you're doing now, you don't ever have to connect with me in order to take back your health. But if you do connect with me, I will walk journey with you to take back your health, because you're literally impacting the future of your family. You're impacting the future of your memories. You're impacting your ability to function and not having to be taken care of. And that is no freaking joke. So it's bigger than what we talk about in your gene size or having a little bloat and you're frustrated. It's way bigger than that. But I try not to get emotional. Jackie, I know. So anyway, whew. Okay, y'all, stop. Oh, Susan, you're so sweet. I'm just telling you, I think that I am more angry today about the Matrix than I was 3 years ago. It's what keeps me going. I'm so angry. So angry that they don't tell us the truth, or that they omit information, or even worse yet, they don't know this stuff. How could that be true? And so we really do have to just do it ourselves. But the good news is that it's not a terminal diagnosis. It was never meant to be. And you can shift things by how you eat and by targeting your supplementation, and you can get your engine back on track. And so that's why I eat a certain way, and I love the food that I eat, and I supplement a very specific way. I'm not willy-nilly, and I love it. I love it. I love how I feel. I love how I move through life. I love the memories that I get to create with my family, with my husband, with my children, all of it. And I want more of it. I'm super greedy about wanting more family time. I'm super greedy. I'm the greediest person you've ever met. I want more family time. I want more travel time. I want more memories. I want more. I tell God that all the time. So there you go. All right. Oh, you're so sweet. You know what? We all have our journeys, Marilyn, don't we? It's okay to feel the feelings. Oh, there's so many feelings, I'm telling you. It's just, you never plan on going through that stuff. And then all of a sudden it's too late. And you're like, crap, I should have been more mindful to ask her things. And then the second thought is, crap, I better make sure that people can talk, that my grandkids can ask me as many questions, my kids and grandkids, that they have my full faculties. They need my full faculties. They need me, and they need you. Your children need you. Your grandchildren need you. Your siblings need you. Your family and friends need you to function forever. My grandma was 97. My grandma, my mom's mom, 97, died playing. She wasn't playing Scrabble at the time, but track with me. She was able to play Scrabble at 97 years old. That's what our children and grandchildren want. They want us to finally take back our health for them. So, yep, you can too. I'm telling you, you can. It's so in the realm of normal. They've just confused it all for us. And so that's just what they've done. All right. So wrapping up then today, I'll give you a couple of testimonies. I'll sign off. I'll see you back at 11 a.m. tomorrow morning. So the total body reset, 6 pieces. You can always put TBR in the comments and I'll talk to you about that. Give you information. Here's one, 90 days, lost 20 pounds. Remember I said some people do that. 3 inches off her bust. See, now listen to this, Jackie. So she lost 20 pounds, but her inches were not as many. So 3 inches off her bust, 2 inches off her waist, and 2.5 inches off her hips. So understand, everybody's body does different things. Yours really lost a lot of inches, a lot. Under 60 days, lost 22 pounds, sleeping better, clothes fit more comfortably. 90 days, A1C went from a 6.5 to a 5.1, lost 16 pounds. I'm just telling you, and I have just testimony after testimony after testimony. It's so amazing. It's so fun to just like, I've got screenshots and I just love it. So yay, hi Jeanette. Thank you, Kirsten. Emotions rid us of bad chemicals. Oh, I like that, Jeanette. I'm going to go ball my brains. I'm just kidding. I'm going to go weep for a while. I will not. Okay. Oh, I'm so glad your testimony gives me hope and determination. Oh, that's the whole goal, people. That's the whole goal. So again, total body reset. That's what we just went through. It helps your liver, your gut, your insulin. This is how we view everything. We change the lens as to how we look at weight loss and getting off of meds, etc. Liver, gut, insulin. Let's focus on those. I'll be back at 11 a.m. It is the last day of the month. Don't forget that. And if you need anything, let me know, because as a business owner, wrapping up the last day of the month, I am very hands-on. I'm very attentive. I mean, I kind of always am, but I'm just saying, like, I have 4 bottles left for 4 new customers. That's all I have for a free product. And then I'm done with that. So if you want in, you've been waiting, steal the month of March. It'll be your first month in the campaign. The campaign is when you purchase $150 or more, you get $75 off your 3rd month. That means if you start today in March, you do April, May, already in May, you're getting your $75 off, just like that. So you're stealing the entire month of March is how that looks in, like, on my calendar, right? So don't delay, don't sabotage yourself if you know that you need to do something different so that you can have a different summer or a different hope. Okay. All right. Talk to you later. I'm going to get off and I'm going to reach out to people who want the total body reset information. So you had a lot to get rid of, Jackie. Yes, I understand. We all miss our parents at Easter time. Isn't that true, Sue? That is so true. My mother made the most insane rice pudding you've ever had. Anyway, all right. Not a wisdom food, but I'm just telling you, it was good. All right, see you guys later. Have a great day. Bye, you guys.